So then the doctor ran out of there and he said, I'd rather retire than touch whatever the hell that is.
Every time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gamers Gotta Whine. Wow. That's Scott Charbonneau over there
What's up?
of the Dudes on Movies podcast. You were just telling me you guys have done 90.
We are at 91 now.
91 episodes. Find that podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have Listener Request Month in June, and we're going to celebrate our 100th episode.
Perfect
so it's going to be awesome.
Request some movies for this guy. Find him on iTunes and probably other stuff, right?
The internet,
The internet. Find him on Search Dudes on Movies. I am Johnny Vinyl of the Co-oping Toward Hatred channel, which you are conveniently on right now.
Hell yeah.
This show, I'm on the wrong page.
Oh, come on, man.
This is our logo. Boom, right there. This show is about whiny gamers. We do it every so often when there's an issue that pops up that tickles our little fancies of gamers whining, and we break it down. We read some of the best reactions across the internet and give our verdicts. Please subscribe to the channel right down there, or I don't know which way it's going to be. Somewhere down there. You'll see it. It's red. You know how YouTube works. And share it with your friends, as well as check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/co-oping toward hatred. That's the end of my plugs. Thank you for bearing with me. Today we are talking about the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. I have one.
I don't.
I fucking love that thing. All I've been playing for the last month and a half is this thing. We started an Xbox podcast, and I'm barely playing my Xbox anymore, and it's because of the Switch. But specifically what we're talking about is finding them, because, you know, if there's one thing Nintendo's good at, it's putting out a lot of product to meet their demand. They never leave people hanging.
Yeah.
No, that's not them. They're just like the NES Classic. No, they perfectly stock the shelves. They're really good at that.
They undercharged for that, by the way.
The fuck. I wish I could have just got the box without playing any games, just to, like, put on a shelf.
Yeah,
so
you
cool
have it.
for like $20, because I think it's cool looking, but I don't want to.
You could probably buy a box, I bet you.
Yeah, I guess.
$100.
Yeah. Specifically, we're talking about GameStop being previously was kind of the only place you could find the Switch, and it was only available in a $500 bundle. Why don't you give us a breakdown?
All right, here's
Scotty?
the breakdown. We got this from Chris Pereira at GameSpot. The retailer has bundled its new allotment of Switch consoles into a large bundle that consists of the system with gray or neon Joy-Cons. You get an option.
Still love that name, Joy-Cons.
Yeah, it's weird. Physical copies of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Breath of the Wild's expansion pass, and a 128GB micro SD card. Add it all up using GameStop's $60 price on the SD card, and it comes out to $500, so it's not as if you're being overcharged for this. You'll simply need to want everything that's included for the bundle to be a worthwhile deal.
Yeah, which, let's be honest, they were also selling some bundles before the console came out. Stuff with like
a starter pack and everything.
Yeah, and there was stuff with like Just Dance and everything. This bundle, if you're going to buy the console, you're going to want Zelda. And you're going to want Mario Kart 8, and you're going to need an SD card. There's only 32 gigs of memory inside that thing.
Yeah.
Even though this console, unlike the PS4 or Xbox One, can run games off the cartridge, you don't have to install them. So they're getting you physical copies of Zelda and Mario Kart. That won't take up your memory because they can actually run off the cartridge, which is rare. But still, if you want a bunch of digital games,
there's some good downloadable games already out there, man.
Dude, I haven't played. I played the hell out of Zelda for the first couple weeks, and now I haven't touched it in a while. And all I'm playing are Mr. Shifty and Graceful Explosion Machine and Has Been Heroes. And
do you have Shovel Knight?
I have Shovel Knight. I haven't touched it yet. Though. What was the fourth one I just bought? I don't remember. But those three especially, Has Been Heroes, Graceful Explosion Machine, and Mr. Shifty. I love them to death. And there's more coming. Wonder Boy I bought, I haven't played yet. World of Goo and Human Resource Machine I bought, I haven't played. Because they're like $10.
So many good games.
Yeah, I know. People, I remember, Fast RMX. That was the fourth one. I love that game. Even though now that Mario Kart's coming out, I'm probably done with it.
See, the thing is, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just Mario Kart 8.
But it's so good.
So if you haven't played it yet, then it's worth it.
Which most people didn't, because it was a Wii U game.
Right,
Nobody had a Wii U. And even, I had a Wii U and I had Mario Kart 8 and I didn't play enough of it because I'm like, I don't want to turn on the Wii U. The game's great. Same thing with Mario Maker. Same thing with Smash Brothers. I'm like, the games are great. I don't enjoy the Wii U, so I just didn't turn them on enough. Now this thing I'm enjoying the hell out of, so I expect I'll play more Mario Kart 8 now on the Switch.
Yeah.
Plus they've redid Battle Mode, make it good. Battle Mode Mario Kart 8 sucked.
Oh, nice.
Now
They
it's
redid
good.
it?
Yeah.
Good.
Now it's
good.
Yeah.
Deluxe. So,
and all the DLC and some extra characters. You all know this already. I'll leave it alone.
So people are kind of up in arms about GameStop having the Switches but making them a bundle.
Yes. Yeah.
So we got some internet reactions here.
And GameStop was, for a while, it seems like now with Mario Kart 8, they're getting more consoles out there. But for a while there, this was the only way to get a Switch. Not just from at GameStop, from anywhere. You couldn't get one from Best Buy, Target, nothing. You pretty much had to buy this bundle if you were Switchless.
The demand is there, so they control the supply. Here's a comment I got. This is from our favorite site, Techno Buffalo.
Oh, fuck, I miss Techno Buffalo.
Jeff Goldsmith says, GameStop always tries to rip people off with their ridiculous packages. How about just sell the damn Switch? ... I will never buy from them.
Well, that's
so he's obviously pretty upset about
I have
this.
a great reason of why not to just sell the Switch, but our verdict's coming later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a comment from somebody?
I got a few. Well, I mean,
a friendly
one at a time.
Okay.
I won't jump ahead of myself. This is from Randall Stevens on Reddit. I've purchased 4 Switches for friends and family. It's ridiculous to pay for a bundle if you don't want or need it. Well, then you don't have to. This screams of GameStop being greedy, knowing more are coming later this month.
Ooh. He bought 4?
He bought 4. What are you bitching about? You bought 4. And if you don't want to pay for a bundle, hey, don't pay for a bundle. We all know that you can wait a month, and the Switches, as I just stated, they're already getting easier. They're going to be even easier in a month.
If you can't wait, buy Breath of the Wild on Wii U.
Yeah.
Get a little use out of that system. And
I heard it runs pretty well on Wii U.
I heard it's pretty good. It's just
game's
not the
amazing.
Switch one.
I remember I actually watched our most anticipated games of 2017 video. You put Zelda on there, and I was like, I don't like Zelda.
Oh, man, I was so excited for it. And I don't have it.
No interest in Zelda, and boy, was I wrong. I've never liked a Zelda game before, but I love Breath of the Wild. It's phenomenal.
So that last comment kind of brings me into this one. This is from Drea H. from segmentnext.com. I'm going to paraphrase it here. I just highlighted a couple sentences. The bundles were created as a way to keep the systems out of hands of scalpers. Only people seriously buying the system for themselves would consider the bundles, which was the intent. If you didn't want the bundles, then wait for Nintendo to make the Switches more plentiful. And Drea brings up a good point.
He got into my verdict. That's almost all I was gonna say. Damn it.
Yeah. So I mean, it is a good deterrent for scalpers.
Now I've got nothing left to say later on.
Yeah, I mean, you can't upcharge Breath of the Wild because that's available, you know? So you're kind of spending twice as much dough as you're planning. I mean, it is a good deterrent, but still, it's, holding on to these Switches. They're holding them hostage, man.
They're not hostage.
All right.
$500. Done.
Do you have another comment?
I ended up spending more. I didn't buy a bundle, but I've spent more than $500 on this.
Right, but you're gonna buy Breath of the Wild, and you're gonna buy Mario Kart.
As of we're recording this, Mario Kart comes out in like 2 hours. I'm going to buy it. This is Joe Hell from GameSpot.
Nice name.
This is kind of a long one.
Joe Hell.
So buckle up. Such BS. I traded in my PS4 and games during a January GameStop promotion in order to gain an extra credit towards Switch. By the way, I did that too, but with the Wii U. I traded in my Wii U. Because the store ran out of pre-sale consoles, I was told the only way to qualify for the offer was to purchase a combined 4 games and or accessories, so I did. I wasn't expecting a console on release day, and I was fine with that. After the initial release, GameStop offered bundles, which included the same games and accessories I just purchased. I was told I could not return my previous purchase because I opened the packaging. Now, they offer the bundles with the same useless items I already own, and include items it should have come with in the first place, a reasonably sized memory card. That's not on GameStop, that's on Nintendo. The GameStop bait and switch promotion is a scam.
1-2 switch?
Yeah, the GameStop 1-2 switch. Why the hell did you open games when you didn't have the console yet?
Dude, you gotta look at the sweet manuals.
Joe, bring it in, let's talk. Why the fuck did you open the games when you don't have the console yet? baffles
Why
me.
would you buy the games if you don't have the console yet?
Well,
That's my question.
Well, he had to. That part I understand. Part of that deal was in order to get extra credit from your trade-in for his PS4, you had to put it towards Switch stuff,
that's right.
and they weren't taking Switch pre-orders for the console, so he had to put it towards accessories and games to get the bonus. Fine, but then don't open the shit until you get the console. What was the other thing that pissed me off about that? I don't remember. Blaming GameStop for not including a memory card. That's on Nintendo, man. I wish it had more internal memory, but at least it's a micro SD card, not like a proprietary Nintendo memory card or something.
Oh my god, I just got a Vita last year, and
fuck.
Dude, I spent like $60
the memory
on
cards
a
are
memory.
more than the damn games.
It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit.
I
have one more comment here.
Okay.
This is from Zero at WeTheNerdy.com. I agree 100%. I haven't been able to find a NES Classic Edition or a Switch for MSRP thanks to motherfucking scalpers. If I could hit one red button to end all their shitty lives, I would.
Whoa!
They are indeed the scum of the earth. Caps.
Jesus, man. I mean,
so
ISIS is out there.
He's
and
mad
fucking
at
real scum of the
scalpers.
earth. I mean, I'm not pro scalper, but
so you think he's gonna buy a bundle for $500 because their GameStop isn't a scalper?
he can.
Or should he just go to a scalper? What do you think?
Get the bundle because
get the bundle.
You're gonna want Zelda and Mario Kart.
All right,
You're
Zero.
gonna want them.
Go back to Mega Man.
Yeah, now we're kind of getting into my verdict, so let's just go into the verdict. And I'm usually you go first, but since that
go ahead.
kind of piggybacks
back
off
and forth.
me, there was a while the only way you could get a Switch was this bundle, which we've already said. I know, but that's worth reiterating because every other time the Switch just went up for $300, they were gone like that because of scalpers. This gets it into the hands of people who actually want the console. There's a reason they were available for days when Switches themselves have never been available for more than a few hours. It's like, all right, I'm going to defend the indefensible here for a minute.
Okay, bring it on.
I'm going to sound like the worst person in the world here for a minute, but bear with me. And I'm not... All right. There's price gouging on things when there's like natural disasters and stuff for like fresh water or generators and things like that.
Right.
Sounds terrible, and it is terrible on one level, but also it keeps people from overindulging on that stuff frivolously and gets it into the hands of people who desperately need it. Now, I'm not saying people are well motivated when they do that, and I'm not even overall defending it as a good thing. But I'm just saying it's not black and white. And for this GameStop bundle, you can't pay $500 for this and turn around and make a profit off it because Zelda's readily available and Mario Kart's readily available and the memory card's readily available. The only thing that's not is the console itself. Yeah. And they're bundling it with good things. They're things you're going to want. Come on.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I have no problem with this. Put it on GameStop. It just seems like GameStop has just been a whipping boy on the internet for like EA. We talk about EA all the time.
I'm not a huge fan of theirs.
Really?
Not really, but I don't have a problem with them.
I'm not a rah-rah GameStop, but I also have seen no reason to really hate them. Yeah, you don't get a ton of money into trade-ins. Big
That's
deal.
their business model, man. If you don't like it, don't go
And
there.
by the way, you can if you pay attention to their deals and do them at the right time. But like I ended up only paying about $50 out of pocket for my Switch with all my Wii U trade-in stuff.
So your verdict is stop whining?
Stop whining. Yes, I'm sorry. We're supposed to summarize it.
Okay.
Yes, stop whining. This was a good deal. It got Switches into people's hands who needed them. And they're already starting to become more available outside of this anyway. So nothing to bitch about. Shut up.
Yeah, I agree. Stop whining.
Yes.
You're going to spend $500 on this shit anyway. I wish you could have a little more options. Maybe like choose 2 games or something. But then GameStop can't control their, their inventory.
And what other games are you going to choose right now from retail? Like we just talked about a bunch of great games, but they're mostly not retail.
I don't know. But yeah, like I don't think it's a problem. I think it's good. You're going to spend this money. And these are 2 great games. Probably one of the best games ever made.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So stop whining about it.
And one of the best like party games ever made.
Yeah. Stop it.
Yeah. You know what surprises me about this is they didn't include Has Been Heroes in this because that is published by GameStop's publishing arm.
What?
They started last year that GameStop went into publishing a little bit.
I heard about that.
Game Trust, and Song of the Deep was one of their games, and Has Been Heroes was their second one. Now they just came out with the third one called Deformers. They're all indie games, but and they're available, digitally because they're indie games, but also physically only at GameStop. And I'm surprised. They threw it in their Switch pre-order bundles before the thing came out, but not in this bundle, which does surprise me. Because I think that's how they need to push it. I don't blame it. It's actually a really good game. But
awesome.
Anyway, that's that.
That's it. Like and subscribe and do everything he told you to do.
And go buy a Switch when you can. I really do enjoy the thing.
Dude, it's worth the money.
I can't believe I'm enjoying a Nintendo machine again, but I am.
Isn't it great? Isn't it a great feeling?
I'm even excited for ARMS, and I thought the first time I saw
that is the greatest name for a title for a game ever.
I thought
ARMS.
The first time they showed that game, it looked like garbage, but now each time they're showing it looks a little better.
It looks fun.
Yeah, and now fucking
it might not be worth $60.
Yeah,
but,
I know. You might be right about that. We'll have to wait and see.
That's another
Splatoon
video
2, I'm really excited for also.
Yeah.
But anyway, buy a Switch, sub to our videos, play the Switch while watching our videos. I'm probably gonna play Mario Kart while editing this video.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play my Vita. Good night.
Hey jerks, this is Johnny Vinyl, and if you like the video you just watched, you can click right here to see our next one. And you can click on this part of our professional green screen, and you'll subscribe, and you'll never miss one of our videos.
Shit, my arm's getting tired. God damn. Shit.
Dude.
My arm.